Official Issues Committee meeting for January 6, 2025. Councilor Sims.
Here.
Gear.
Here.
Allamon.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Andrews.
Here.
All present.
All right, thanks, Bo. All right, so first off, the meeting minutes from December 9th were sent out. If everybody's good with those, can I get a motion to dispense with the reading and approval?
Second.
That is
Meeny, miny, mo.
I'm confused now.
Motion by Mr. Allamon.
Allamon with the motion and second by
Ms.
Smith. Yeah. And all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that is approved 5-0. First item, old business, request for consideration for the Dance Foundation in conjunction with Homewood Arts Council to hold a 50th anniversary celebration on City Hall Plaza in August 2025. Councilor Gear, you corresponded with me today and said you do have an update on this. Would you like to provide that, please?
Sure, yes. So we finally heard back from Kim Zakarin, who handles the events for the city, and she came up with a fee of $4,000 for the Dance Foundation to use the plaza, even after the city agreed to reduce our portion of the fee by 20%, which is just more than they can pay. So she's going to look for other options, perhaps in one of the parks. I put her in touch with Rusty to talk about that. So we can drop this.
Okay, motion to drop.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, passes 5-0. And Bo, did you get that? That was motioned by Councilor Smith and seconded by Councilor Andrews.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Great, thanks. New business 12-12-24, request for consideration of the sign variance at 8th and 31 28th Avenue South, Suite 155. Soho Partners, owner Mitch Hughes Prime, for hydration and wellness. And then Wyatt's not here today, so Mr. Cook is presenting on behalf of the city for the initial introduction, please.
Yes, we've got the, I guess the representative for the wellness, Mitch Hughes here signing in. But what we've got here is you can see the existing and the proposed. The existing has signs up there, it's probably been there probably since Soho was, first opened up. And I haven't looked behind that door, but I'm kind of told it's kind of like a utility room. It's not like a, opening up. Pardon?
There's liquor in there.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that's the party room, huh?
That's the storage for the restaurant.
Yeah, it's not like it's a visually seeing into a business or
You
something.
can see the lights at the top.
Yeah. So this is what he's proposing, and as y'all well know, the ordinance allows only 20% coverage on a window, and we're looking at 3 windows there. He's asking for 100%.
I feel like we're just getting so many of these requests lately. I
Gave the
know.
mural people a hard time about this.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we've had this discussion so much lately.
Just
And
get
these are already in
the-
place, by the
Are
way.
these already in place?
These are.
Oh, those are
This
the, okay, so,
existing.
but that's what's
Yeah.
there, and that's what he wants.
Yeah, so you want to come up and speak?
Yeah.
You want to have his-
When I was negotiating with Bubba, I asked him if I could do the windows, and he said no. But then when we started, do it.
Bubba will tell you next.
Yeah. Well, he told me no. So then we got, started the build out, and he said, well, maybe y'all can cover it because it really looks like shit. So it looks like shit. There's tape all over it. We can leave that, but I've already bought the other ones. So I bought that before we ever opened and before I realized there was a sign ordinance. So it worked with Wyatt, and we can do that or we can leave it like it is.
Bo, did you get?
Can we like
Okay.
this?
Okay, you're signed in. Okay, Councilor Gwaltney, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was just curious. So I understand that the bottom two is your business. Why does it say Soho Square above?
Just because I'm in Soho Square, I figured why not cover the window with it.
So are y'all, okay, I'm confused. So currently it's just a storage room,
Mhm.
but you are actually, your hydration business is going into that
So
space?
we are the next.
Oh, okay, so
if
that's.
you walk out the door where the big blue banner, that's the nasty looking storage room
Oh,
beside
okay,
it.
you just wanted to do something to dress that up to make it look
To
better.
make it look
Okay, I
better
gotcha,
for
I
my
gotcha.
business.
I gotcha, okay, I hear you, okay. So that's not actually your business is next
Correct.
to it. Okay, now I understand.
But we're being asked to approve this on the
Yes,
right.
yes, yes, yes,
Not
yes.
on the left.
Right, no, that's what's
That's
already.
already existing.
Right, but
That's
why
fine.
is the left existing? Again, like, I
It's
guess,
been there since it was built.
okay, that's
Who owns
compliant.
the part that's got the kegs in it or whatever.
He said it's just storage for the restaurants.
For which,
So the
all of the
Soho-
restaurants.
For Soho,
use
Soho,
Soho.
and Soho
I guess
standard.
Soho's.
So they could just put like a screen in front of it on the inside and not have a sign in the window, correct?
Well, I'm not on the committee, but I was thinking about the same thing because we've had so many of these. And, you know, of course, it's hindsight's 20/20 when you, after you get so many of these requests. And I do understand that it has an area that's for storage that is, you know, not, you know, very
Unsightly.
aesthetic. And my thoughts, like Melanie said, would be to do that graphic that you want, but do it internally so that it's not going against the variance of the window.
Well, and I think,
Yeah, I don't think there's an option to do anything but this on the outside, because there's so much junk behind it.
yeah, so he doesn't want to do it inside because it's not even
my
his
building.
space. That's not his space.
Yeah, I mean.
He just wanted to cover it up so it'd look better than
He's
this.
got a
there.
marketing
Oh, okay.
opportunity.
But they could do something, we could
Got it.
still say, take down the thing and just put something else there to
Right.
Or
block
they
that.
can paint over the windows, which is why it was like, no, don't. you can't do that.
But we allow a business that doesn't own that property to put up signs for their own, this other business?
Yeah, it's just,
No.
That just seems
Bubba's-
I
outside
had a
of.
question about if that's, is it not an off-premise sign then? It is an off-premise sign.
That's not the impression I got today, till just this minute, when
Okay.
it said it's
It's-
liquor being stored in there for another.
Okay.
It's not mine.
So you don't have access into that?
I do not, and don't want access to it.
Okay.
I just want it to look
So that-
better
Yeah.
for
Is
all
that
of
an
us,
additional
actually.
variance?
Well, it's an off-premise sign.
I don't think you can even,
No,
you
I
can't
don't think we
request
can
a
do that.
variance for someone
They're
else's
just-
property.
Well, Bubba's
But
approved
he's-
it. He's
he's-
already approved it with Wyatt.
Okay, and so we're here tonight to talk about what's on the right.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Which
It's
is
been
an
purchased and
off-premise
ready to go. Or we leave it like it is.
Yeah.
Which is,
What do you mean,
Clear.
or we leave it
On the
like
right
it is?
side.
Well, because
Which
that's.
is this.
That's
yeah.
what
which
it's
is that,
existing.
okay.
But I
I've
mean.
painted
Yeah.
it,
Oh,
but
I
it's
see.
still
Okay,
the same
okay,
windows.
okay.
okay.
This is
I got you.
Which is a screen on the backside.
So
is
your
exactly
awning
what
is
you're
above
recommending.
that right now, I see.
It's
Okay,
just
okay.
old and been taped
Yeah.
and falling down.
Yeah, I was about to say, I couldn't even tell if I thought it was in Dallas
So
version.
these are not allowed though, right, off-premise signs, am I correct?
I'm sorry, what?
We don't allow off-premise signs,
Well,
right? So I'd like to make a motion to drop. I mean,
Well,
I say, what are
we
doing?
don't allow what's currently up, is that correct?
Yeah, but as long as it's there. I
I'm
don't think-
asking
Prob-
Scott
yeah,
Cook.
Probably so, but that, again, that's been there since probably Soho first
Well, I
opened
mean,
its
but
first store,
Scott,
but
it-
that
it-
doesn't make it right.
No, right.
Right.
Just because it's been there doesn't
Grandfathered
mean.
in, I don't wanna get into.
It is
the
not
committee.
grandfathered in because I think when we talked about the zoning ordinance changes and the sign ordinance in particular, Wyatt referenced that would not, nothing would be grandfathered in.
So like the signs on the
That's not.
jacks are.
It's not accurate on the signage ordinance part because I
don't think that's possible.
Absolutely not true.
because I asked him during when we
If you had a conforming legal use. That's right. At the time you adopted an ordinance as grandfathered by law.
yeah. Well, I mean that's just I mean that's why I asked the question because okay we'll go back to that later but
So when this was put up, if we had an ordinance that said
That's
you can
okay.
do 100%,
yeah.
then it would be grandfathered in.
What kind
Well,
of, it's not
I'm
really
with,
covered in
I'm
all.
with,
But
I'm
we've never
with
had
the
that.
fellow counselor here, that we drop this to put new signs from this business on windows that don't adhere to their business, don't have anything to do with their business. And I think then we should also look and see what the ordinance said at the time that the other signs were put up and make the Soho Square people, adhere to whatever
Yeah, but-
ordinance was at that time.
And I agree with you, but for tonight, we can only talk about the
Oh,
thing.
right, right,
So,
right, right,
I'd like to make a motion to drop because there's not enough.
I second.
And we have not set a public hearing for this yet, is that correct?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure, to make sure that it was appropriate to drop it, because if there's a public hearing set,
Or-
I would have mentioned it
or-
one. Okay, so there's a motion to drop from Counselor Alamon, seconded by Counselor Gear, is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, passes, that item's dropped 5-0.
I know, bless his heart.
it's ugly what it is,
Yeah.
but we can't.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, Melanie.
Yeah.
Now we need to go and see.
Yep.
The enforcement
Yeah,
of the
what the
existing.
rules were.
And,
Because I can't imagine there was ever, I can't imagine there was,
Yes. Okay. So, next, without further any items on the agenda, we stand adjourned.